before we move past and we're talking about fans and in the stands, this game gave me a little bit more hope for Cowboys fans. I did not have the last two games I went to, the areas I was standing in or sitting in just didn't really seem to be into the game. And I'm like how I was with you guys. The only difference is I had Tay beside me. But I'm still acting how I acted exactly with you guys, like getting up and high-fiving Tay and high-fiving whoever wants to high-five me.
We were sitting in a good area. Everybody was
into it. We had Raiders fans, we were ribbing each other, but no one was being disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Everybody was into it. Everybody was cheering for their team. We were high-fiving. People were jacked up. Like I said, there was shit talking between each teams, but it was a good, wholesome time, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, last time I went to the game when I sat in a box seat, old man McCluskey in the box beside me was like fucking passed right out.
He was sleeping.
Full-blown suit. I think he came from church afterwards. They were having a smorgasbord of food, and he was fucking just stretched out and out. And I was just like...
Meanwhile, I'd do some fucked up shit to get those tickets. And this guy, old fuck's just sleeping.
You know what? I think I told you that story before, and you said those exact words almost.
You're sleeping, sitting in these box seats. Yeah.
Perfect climate, temperature in there.
Yeah, he probably had maybe a beer or two, ate some
high back leather seats.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame a guy for...
I can blame him. So in those, here's my question. What is it like, speaking from my poor man seats, in these box seats, what is it? Like, it's rows in...
Okay, so
give me a description. Okay, you love talking about it so much. Give me a description. Remember, it was yesterday.
I don't love talking about it, but I love talking about it. Yeah, generally, when you get at least the box seats that I was in...
Let's move on.
I've been to a couple of box seats because I was at the Clippers game and I was in a box as well, too, so... They're about the same.
Box seat Bessie.
Box seat Bessie.
one.
So it's almost honestly, it's kind of like a room this size almost. Mm-hmm. When you first walk in, there's a bar with an area for food. You'll have
all you can drink.
Well, I mean,
whatever you paid into it.
Okay, so I'll explain. So I don't know about every other person's box, but at least our box. You would get out and you'd walk over to the club area, the premium club area. You'd walk in there and you'd grab your drinks from there and then you come back in.
But you'd have to pay for them.
Nope.
Oh,
it was free.
It's in with the suite or box, whatever the fuck you want to call it, ticket.
Yeah, but I was in another box where we had a bartender in there in the actual box, and you could just ask for whatever, and they're giving you whatever.
He was like, "Woo, let's go!"
It was like fucking. What's the movie with Tom Cruise when he's the bartender?
Oh, Risky Business.
Yeah. No, not Risky Business. Cocktails.
Won a Razzie for that year. But totally guy was like it was Paul Hogan and Tom Cruise, and they were right in there, and they were fucking making margaritas and everything.
Nice.
But you walk into this room, and then generally there's couches and like a big 100-inch screen that you could sit and just down and watch. And then when you go down even further, there's 2 rows of like high leatherback seats, and there's probably about 8 seats per row in the box.
You're a rich fuck when you pay all that money for those seats. And I'm not even talking about the sleeping fuck stick. I'm talking about the guys that sit and just watch the 100-inch screen. They pay $20,000 or $30,000, whatever it is, for a box seat, and then they're just watching the screen inside the box.
Yeah,
you see it all the time. They'll show like clips of. I mean, it's Jerry Jones's box, so I mean, the people in there obviously all very well off.
Yeah,
but you see them in the background just watching the screen. Like if I was in that, I would. I mean, obviously, my mannerisms are a little bit different than the ultimate rich, but
it's tough though, because the nice thing about being in one of those boxes is if you get up and you go grab food from the counter or whatever you have up there, and you're having a drink and you're just chatting with someone for a second, you're still there watching the game, but yet it would almost be like watching the Jumbotron because you're still...
I don't do it, bro.
You're still immersed. Well, that was the thing that we were talking about yesterday. When you're at AT&T Stadium, the Jumbotron is so big that it's hard to not look at the Jumbotron.
It is, especially at where we are so high fucking up that we were like eye level with the thing.
Well, the process that I kept going through was like watching the play and then trying to I still don't really know schemes very well, but I'm like trying to watch and learn. It was a really fun perspective, but then all replays.
Replays up top,
So that was pretty cool, but yeah.
But look, seeing TP20 get that fucking kickoff return. Oh my goodness.
So give us your last thought on before we jump into that. You were doing the box seat spiel. It's just the best.
Yeah, I mean, look, the best thing about the box seats, obviously the fact that you're in a fucking box seat, but literally you're at the perfect height. You can see the entire field from where we were at, because we were kind of like center. You're at your mid height, so you're just above that lower bowl section, and you're not yet into the second tier. So you're at enough elevation, and you're at close so that you can see the entire field's perspective.
Right.
It's a sideline ball, like from the sideline.
Yeah. And like you could watch the screen. You feel like you're in the crowd. Like, and there's literally box, and then there's someone like right below you too. So
like the peasants that you can throw your popcorn on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
even though their seats like below that for this game are probably like $1,200.
Yeah, and then
so
you
I
know
can
what?
imagine the box for this game.
And I mean, obviously, when I went to it that one time, I didn't understand the severity of like Eagles versus Dallas, but I was there for them beating the Eagles
in OT.
It was sweet. Like, and there was a couple of Eagles people in our group, so we were throwing popcorn at him, and it was good.
Next time, make sure it's a brick.
They bring the noise. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys.